This podcast is being brought to you by LegalYogi.com. That is legal-yogi.com.
In today's discussion, we will be answering about bankruptcy. I'm here with Gennady Braginsky of Cerbone Law Firm in Wall, New Jersey. Welcome, Gennady. Thank you so much for being here.
The pleasure's all mine.
Okay. And now, what if it wasn't a small business? It was a well-established corporation.
Well, then we can do Chapter 11 if necessary, but a lot of the time it's not. Hold on one second. A lot of the time, filing a Chapter 11, if it's a big enough business, and like for example, Sharper Image, Tropicana, those kind of companies, most of them are national companies.
And now, are there personal belongings for someone who has a larger business that can afford, and it would make sense for Chapter 11? Are there personal belongings included, or is that a separate?
No, personal belongings are considered exempt.
Okay.
Jewelry, clothing, that kind of stuff is all exempt.
Okay, in the personal home.
Exemptions on the schedules.
Okay, and including, their personal belongings such as their home and their car.
Right, those are listed as exempt, yes.
Okay, and now if it's a business, this is another question. It says, if it's my business, is my wife liable too?
It depends if she's on the business.
Okay, so if she is, then she may be. If she's not...
Well, you would have to file jointly. Hang on one second. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem at all, Gennady. I appreciate your time.
No, I know. I just have clients calling, so go ahead.
Yeah, we got about 4 more questions, and then we'll be able to finish up today. Okay, here's another question from the website. Can I pay some bills and keep some credit lines and my business going?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, you don't have to include all your bills. You can keep some bills, and sometimes they cancel the credit card on you, but you can keep it. And some people are able to keep some credit cards open, and you can keep your business open. If your business isn't struggling, you file personal bankruptcy. You can keep your business open. That's not going to affect your business.
Oh, okay. Okay. And here's another question from the website. I've heard of someone rolling in a short sale, a debt settlement, or loan modification into the bankruptcy. Can you talk about the pros and cons of this?
We don't recommend short sales if you're doing a bankruptcy, because you can just surrender the house through the bankruptcy and you won't be liable for any difference on the property because you're protected by the bankruptcy. When it comes to short sales, I mean, unless you owe association fees, we don't really recommend a short sale if you're going to file bankruptcy, because there's no point in doing a short sale once you surrender the house through a bankruptcy. What was the other things you asked about?
Debt settlement or loan modification.
Debt settlement. You need to do that. If you file bankruptcy, you won't need to do debt settlement. And if the loan modification, you could do a loan modification after you file or while you're in an active 13. In a Chapter 7, you have to just wait for the discharge, which is 3.5 months, to apply for a loan modification. In a Chapter 7, you have to wait 3.5 months for the case to be discharged, and then you can do a loan mod. In a 13, you can do a loan modification in an active 13. The only difference is you have to file a motion to approve the loan modification with the court.
Okay. Okay, and that is also things that could be discussed with the attorney as far as their individual situation and what is the best thing for that client.
We always deal with loan modification stuff, and it's not a problem. In fact, we file the loan mod. The approval is all for free. We don't charge clients for that.
Okay. Okay. And there's two more questions here.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is: are there any common information or advice that you're seeing around the web that is false or out of date?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would always call an attorney. Do not trust the internet. There's a lot of false information on there, especially when it comes to bankruptcy, because a lot of creditors don't like bankruptcy because they don't get paid a lot of the time. So they're always disseminating false information that you would lose your property or something like that, when in fact you need to talk to an attorney and discuss it with a bankruptcy attorney before I wouldn't trust anything on the internet when it comes to bankruptcy without talking to someone who works or is an attorney at a bankruptcy law firm, because, like I said, the internet is full of false information and people get scared off once they read something on the internet when a lot of that information is inaccurate or outdated.
Okay. And now what is this last question? What is the best way to reestablish yourself after bankruptcy or foreclosure?
My recommendation is to get a secured credit card and to pay your bills on time. And then over time, within a year and a half or so, you should be able to reestablish your credit to a point where you can get loans, maybe a car loan or a mortgage. But once you file bankruptcy, the best thing to do is to pay your bills on time, all your utilities and stuff, mortgages, car notes, whatever it happens to be, and also get a secured credit card that helps you reestablish your credit.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you for being here and for taking your time to answer our questions today. We really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
This podcast was brought to you by LegalYogi.com, providing hundreds of free legal consultations every day since 1999. Our database contains over 160,000 legal and financial professionals, and our phone line is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you would like a free legal consultation, you can call 1-800-397-1755 from any state in the U.S., and we'll be happy to provide you with a free legal consultation. Our web address and phone number are on the podcast image for your convenience, or you can simply go to LegalYogi.com. That is legal-yogi.com.